Mira was a clever and curious little mouse with a knack for getting into tricky situations. Born in a bustling attic, she often wondered about life beyond her home. Her family lived there for generations, but a new cat named Shadow made life a struggle, prompting Mira's mother to suggest leaving. Mira's adventure began as her family packed their belongings and set out in search of a new home. Their first stop was a grand mansion in the city, owned by Mr. Thistlewood, known for his love of expensive cheeses. Mira was excited by the pantry full of cheese. However, their joy was short-lived as Mrs. Pruitt, the housekeeper, spotted Mira's brother and set traps all over the pantry. The mice managed to avoid the traps for a few days. But the house was too dangerous, and Mira's father decided they must move on. Their next destination was a quaint cottage by a river, owned by Granny Wilkes. The mice were lured by the smell of apple pies, but Granny's mischievous grandson Toby set traps. Mira evaded them, but her cousins were caught and released into the woods. Mira's mother, worried about Toby, decided they couldn't stay. The mice then found shelter in a bakery owned by Pierre. They lived happily for a while, but Pierre discovered teeth marks on bread and called Gus, a pest controller who set difficult traps. Feeling defeated, Mira gathered her family, realizing they couldn't keep living like this. They left the town and wandered into the countryside, eventually finding a sprawling field with no traps, cats, or humans. Mira declared it their new home. The mice built burrows and lived off the grains and seeds in the fields, feeling truly free for the first time. They were welcomed by other animals, including rabbits, a hedgehog, and an owl named Oliver, who taught them to thrive in their new environment. Oliver assured Mira they were safe as long as they respected the land. Mira and her family lived happily, free from dangers, learning that the best home is where you're free to be yourself.